Disneyland is one of Southern California's most popular attractions for locals and visitors alike. The park has a long history stretching all the way back to 1955, and with such a long history, there are many secrets of Disneyland that regular tourists might not be acquainted with. Before we head into the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more top 10s. Number 10. Walt's apartment. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to live in the happiest place on earth? Unfortunately, most of us would never witness that fantasy, but one guy did. As the man behind the magic, Walt Disney wanted a place where he could hide away from the crowds of Disneyland, but still take it all in. So he designed an apartment within the park. The catch? Only he and his family, and of course special guests, were allowed within. In fact, he kept this place so secret that photographers were rarely allowed inside. As a result, there are just a few images of him and his family in their home away from home. During the construction of Disneyland, Walt wanted an area where he could see his visions come to life. So the construction team constructed an apartment on Main Street, USA, on the second floor of the Firehouse theme park. When the park would open, he would stand in the window and watch as visitors poured in through the front gates and enjoyed his creation. Number 9. Matterhorn Mountain Basketball Court. Open since 1959, the Matterhorn bobsleds brings visitors on an adventurous journey through a snowy peak modeled after a landmark in the Alps. From the outside, the roller coaster might be mistaken for a real mountain, but the backstage area underneath the facade looks a lot less magical. With room to spare, Disney workers set up a half-court with one basketball hoop in the pinnacle of the building. During the first show of The Imagineering story, Disney Imagineer, one of the attraction designers, Bob Gurr, gives viewers a tour of the interior of the mountain, including its famous basketball court. According to Gurr, the court has long been a location for Disneyland cast members working on a trip to relax on their breaks. Some aspects of the rumor have been fabricated. The space is not a regulation-sized court, and it has not been set up to cheat construction orders. But the legend of Disneyland is based on the facts. The Imagineering story provides behind-the-scenes insights into the creation of Disney's iconic assets. Number 8. Forced perspective. Have you ever realized how, at the same time, Disney looks both giant and kinda small? You can praise Walt Disney Imagineering for this creative achievement. In particular, their method use of a technique called forced perspective. With forced perspective, buildings and objects appear taller than they really are, and Imagineers can also manipulate imagined distances between objects. To achieve this effect, Imagineers are designing Disney buildings on a scale of 1/5/8, 1/2. The first floor of the Disney building is a 2-story building, but the second floor of the building facade is just 5/8 the height of the first floor, and if there's a third level, it's 1/2 the size of the base floor. When the guests standing on the grounds look up, the building looks like 3 floors tall, when it actually shrinks with each floor. Disneyland's forced perspective is also associated with standalone structures. The most prominent structure in the park, Sleeping Beauty Castle, uses this optical trick to make it look much bigger than it really is. Number 7. Mark Twain Riverboat. If you kindly ask the cast members, you might be able to ride in the wheelhouse and meet the captain of the Mark Twain Riverboat. They're going to show you how the boat is powered and let you steer. At the end of it, you get a riverboat piloting certificate. Walt imagined a Mississippi steamboat on the rivers of America in the early stages of the park creation. Imagineers designed the decks at Burbank Studios and the hull at the San Pedro shipyard before moving the steamboat to its permanent home in Anaheim. Disneyland's design boss, Joe Fowler, was a veteran of the Navy, insisting on constructing a massive dry dock for the ship. It was built for the 30th anniversary of Walt. The voyage was a great success, and the riverboat was poised to be Disneyland's favorite fan. But the first few days of the riverboat service were highly troublesome. Imagineers had not determined the capacity of the ship, contributing to many nearby capsizes, a hole in the mud, and small floods on the lower decks. But after about a week, the park decided on a 300-passenger capacity, and the riverboat has been sailing smoothly ever since. Make sure to stay till the end of the video because these secrets are some that many don't know about. Number 6. King Arthur's Carousel. Walt Disney, in love with the iconic Griffith Park Carousel, wanted something close to his new theme park. The Densel Menagerie Carousel, built in 1875, was purchased from Sunnyside Amusement Park, Toronto, Ontario. It had been working there in Canada since 1922. In 1954, the iconic wooden carousel was relocated to Anaheim, California, to Walt's new Disneyland theme park. Originally equipped with 3 rows, Disney craftsmen set up a 4th row low to accommodate more passengers. Developers were also asked to make each horse a jumper, so stationary horses were modified and repositioned in active poses. Walt Disney also removed the benches and other menagerie creatures, making a true carousel, only jumping horses. Bruce Bushman, Disney Studios artist and art director, purchased additional horses from Coney Island, formerly Ward's Carousel, and the deceased Carousel in San Francisco, giving Disneyland at least 85, possibly more than 100 antique carousel horses. Number 5. Sleeping Beauty's Castle Drawbridge. Sleeping Beauty Castle, the gateway to Disneyland's Fantasyland, is at the end of Main Street. This emblem of Disneyland, with its towers and turrets and floating pennants, is a real fairy tale castle. The working drawbridge was lowered just twice, once when the park was opened in 1955, and again when Fantasyland was redeemed in 1983. It is very normal to see swans and ducks swimming serenely in the moat. The castle walkthrough experience tells the tale of Sleeping Beauty in a sequence of brightly colored storybook pages and interactive 3D window scenes inside the castle. Guests reach the doorway on the rear of the castle and walk up the stairs into a passageway. The 77-foot castle has been extensively decorated for Disneyland's 50th and 60th anniversary celebrations. Banners and tapestries covered the towers and walls, pennants floated from the towers, and elegant crowns or diamond highlights decorated the towers. Number 4. Pirates of the Caribbean scene. Pirates of the Caribbean was Walt Disney's last ride, actually supervised and operated on before his death in December 1966. In reality, the Imagineers rigged up a chair to a dolly and pushed Walt through the attraction at the same pace as a boat would fly through the attraction. Unfortunately, his death came 3 months before the boat was completed, so he never saw the final product. Some of the talented and imaginative Imagineers working on Pirates of the Caribbean included Mark Davis, Francis Xavier Antisio, known as X, Claude Coates, Yale Gracie, Blaine Gibson, and others. You may recall a couple of those names from our other Secret History of Disney Rides stories. Some note that X, who wrote the lyrics for Grim Grinning Ghosts by Haunted House, also wrote the lyrics for the unforgettable Yo-Ho, A Pirate's Life for Me. It's one song that I don't mind being trapped in my head for hours after the trip. Make sure to stay until the end of the video because these last 3 secrets will blow your mind away. Number 3. Stray cats. There are about 200 wild cats in Disneyland. This cute feral cat colony is residing in the happiest location on Earth. And now I bet you're in agreement with the Aristocats tune, Everybody Wants to Be a Cat. The narrative continues. When Walt Disney announced that there should be an activity inside the Sleeping Beauty Castle, what we know today as the Castle Walkthrough attraction, he took engineers to the castle to begin preparing. But to his dismay, he was embraced by a feral cat colony that made the castle their home. But the cats had brought with them a large issue: flea infestation. Walt Disney realized he couldn't get rid of the cats without public outcry, and so he decided to take every cat and make it all the cast members. By doing so, the dilemma appeared to be answered in the best possible way. Number 2. Disneyland's Club 33. Club 33 is a Disneyland Resort membership club in Anaheim, California. This is the most prestigious Disney restaurant in the world, with a long waiting list. For this reason, 33 Royal Street is the most popular address for Disney fans. Of course, this location is no other than a unique and somewhat elusive restaurant, Club 33. Access to the club is by membership only, which costs $25,000 for entry, plus $10,000 a year. The existence of the restaurant is marked only by a mysterious 33 sign near the entrance to the restaurant. There's a lot of details on how the restaurant got its name. Some say the restaurant is named after the original 33 Disneyland investors. Others believe it's because 33 sideways looks like MM for Mickey Mouse. Another well-respected rumor is that 33 was the number of Disneyland tenants in 1966-67, when the club was being built. Countless other fables are likely to produce an interpretation of the term. Although these rumors may have some validity, particularly that last one, the official reason goes back to the address. Club 33 serves liquor and needs a liquor license as well. Number 1. Lily Bell. The Disneyland Railroad is one of Disneyland's most emblematic attractions, welcoming visitors as soon as they reach the park. And while the steam-blowing, horn-whistling trains are open for anyone to ride, there's a passenger car that's a little bit of a mystery. Just a few lucky guests will ride the Lily Bell. The Lily Bell is the only surviving train car from the opening of Disneyland. Although it was originally the Grand Canyon viewing cab, it was turned into a VIP park in 1976. The Victorian parlor-style car includes photos of Walt and Lillian, glass knickknacks, floral arrangements, books, beautiful light fixtures, velvet chairs, a love seat, and even a dress on a hanger. The carpet is original and features Mickeys concealed in the pattern. Lucky Lily Bell guests can also sign a guest book on board. Although Club 33 members have been able to ride a motorcycle, VIP tours also have a special opportunity to take a trip to Lily Bell. The Grand Circle Tour gives you a little insight into Walt Disney's love of trains and the history of Lily Bell. Well, that wraps up today's video. Next time you go to Disneyland, make sure to check out all these cool secrets at the park. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more videos. See you next time.